Face is the one I'm wearing right now.
I don't exist, so they're all characters that I played, including Jim Carrey.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
There is no me, no self. Jim Carrey is gone, actually never existed.
It was just a brilliant evening, you know? Really brilliant evening.
Hello, King's Tower.
Auntie!
Auntie, who is this?
This is Jamie.
Jamie. I'm standing right next to Jamie. Whoever this is, I don't have time for your games.
Who's it?
Somebody acting like he was you.
The question I believe you're asking is human cloning.
Oh, yes, sir.
But let's start with the real question. The real question is cloning going on? Yeah, it is.
I knew it.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, let's just say animal cloning.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Let's start there. That's not a myth.
Let me be specific. Anything I say tonight is allegedly, bitch. I don't know. I just be up here talking. I love Jamie Foxx. Let me say that. I love Jamie Foxx. But his motherfucking clone. His clone ain't.
Jim Carrey wasn't the only one who allegedly got cloned, and Katt Williams has the list. This is usually what happens with every celebrity who speaks out about the industry, and it doesn't look like Hollywood's cloning machine plans to pump the brakes anytime soon. This is the same thing that happened to a bunch of other celebrities. These men didn't just change physically. Even the things they once stood for almost changed completely. And guess who has been trying to warn us about it for years? Katt Williams. Katt Williams broke it down perfectly during a recent interview with Joe Rogan, and even dropped never-before-heard information on where these cloning factories are set up. Okay, so people really started paying attention to this when Jim Carrey showed up at the César Awards in Paris like a completely different person. All the way from the way his body looks, the color of his eyes, even his voice. Everything looked and sounded disturbingly different.
Oh, loved it. Loved it. It's so beautiful. And having Michelle, you know, Camilla Cotono, that was also amazing. It was just a brilliant evening, you know? Really brilliant evening. Oh my gosh. Ange Malaver was off the hook. I mean, I can't believe he committed to doing all that.
Now, what made it even more eerie? Right in the middle of people debating whether or not he was cloned, the popular drag performer and makeup artist Alexis Stone posted photos, revealing that he was the one cosplaying to be Jim Carrey. Apparently, he had been paid good money to dress up as Jim and attend the show in place of the real Jim. Something about his post was completely off, and people clocked it real fast.
Real Jim Carrey, please stand up. It's Alexis Stone! It's Alexis Stone! How do you know? I'm gonna need some proof. I can't just believe that easily. I'm gonna show you what Alexis Stone posted, and if you don't know who Alexis Stone is, he's a celebrity impersonator who does a fabulous job. When all this Jim Carrey stuff started popping off, he posted that he is in Paris, and people were like, wait a second, hold on, what? And then he posted this to his TikTok story, which shows a wig in the back that I think very much looks like France Jim's hair, and then my husband thinks that this mask looks like Jim Carrey. And then he posted a couple of photos of Jim Carrey with the caption, Alexis Stone as Jim Carrey in Paris. Here's the other one.
Now, when it comes to the reason as to why the industry will clone Jim in the first place, well, it all makes sense, considering everything that come out.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
Oh.
For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on. You know, when they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things and, you know, and Yeah, look at him trying to cover it up. It's hilarious.
Jim has been very anti-Hollywood for years now, and even accused them of a lot of things, including ritualistic sacrifices, where the parts of not 18-year-olds are harvested and consumed. Even the fact that he was at an award show is surprising to a lot of people, because for years, Jim made a conscious effort not to set foot at any award show. In fact, the last time he did, he had some very interesting things to say about those ritualistic sacrifices I mentioned earlier.
Children is not what great nations do. We in America are misinformed. Reality shows have warped our idea of what a hero is, or what the truth is.
Now, right after these Jim cloning allegations started making rounds, people dragged Katt Williams into the chat too, because he actually gave us all the scoop about how it usually happens and why exactly these celebrities get cloned in the first place. According to Katt, the reason the industry clones these celebrities and then has the nerve to try convincing us they're the same people we used to know is that they know folks won't believe it. I mean, think about everyone who's ever spoken on cloning. They all get labeled as insane.
Believe that there's clones. We don't believe that because we don't feel like we have the technology. But
To do is make a clone brain dead. Figure out how to engineer a brain dead clone that'll grow organs for you. And then they'll make cloning legal.
And Katt isn't wrong. People just don't want to believe that these things happen. So the industry elites use that to their advantage. I mean, there has definitely been a shift since the Epstein files dropped and confirmed every conspiracy theory that we once thought were too crazy to be true. Mind you, in those Epstein emails that were released, there was this one email talking about cloning people. In fact, another email said that Biden died a long time, and the current Biden is just his replacement. Before the Epstein files, no one would have believed it. But Katt also revealed that before cloning was done on humans, they actually experimented with animals for a while to see just how far they could go with it. Once they had had enough of that, they moved further to test it on humans. Apparently, they supposedly removed these celebs from the spotlight for a bit under the cover of an arrest or mental health break. Then they come back with these clones. That's why every celebrity who's ever been accused of being cloned seemingly vanished for a while before their clone showed up.
Do you think that there is actual cloning going on?
we know that there's actual cloning going on. The question I believe you're asking is human cloning.
Oh, yes, sir.
But let's start with the real question. The real question is cloning going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I knew it.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, let's just say animal cloning.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Let's start there. That's not a myth or...
No, that's been known.
That's not a conspiracy theory that we are at the point where we have no problem cloning animals. If you lose a pet, you can send away to these companies and they will...
And remix that bitch and send it back.
Right.
Yeah.
At as close a proximity as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Right? That we know is possible. Okay.
Now, you're probably wondering what other celebrities have been cloned, because Jim is definitely not the first, and he won't be the last either. Well, people believe that Jamie Foxx might have also been a victim of this. Okay, so if y'all remember, Jamie almost lost his life in 2023 after suffering a clot in his brain and falling into a deep coma. At some point, there were even reports that he died. Mind you, his family didn't even bother to confirm or deny the rumors. Isn't that suspicious to y'all? And after days of being in a supposed coma, he suddenly woke up looking like a completely different person. His face was shaped differently, his freckles were misplaced, he was 10 times lighter, and his mannerisms were different.
I cannot even begin to tell you how far it took me and how it brought me back. I went through something that I thought I would never ever go through. And I know a lot of people were waiting, or wanting to hear updates, but to be honest with you, I just didn't want you to see me like that, man. I want you to see me laughing. Now, by being quiet, sometimes things, get out of hand. People saying what I got. Some people said I was blind, but as you can see, the eyes are working. The eyes are working just fine. They said I was paralyzed. I'm not paralyzed. But I did go through, I went to hell and back. And, I know they talk about people crying on videos. You could do take two, but I'm not gonna do a take two. It is what it is. And you know, somebody was talking about I'm cloned.
Well, people said he was giving very much cloned. Interestingly enough, just 2 months after he was admitted to the hospital, he released a Netflix movie titled They Tried to Clone Tyron. To this day, people believe that this movie was a reference to him being cloned. Mind you, he made this movie way before he got sick. So if the movie was really about him, then it means he knew the industry was coming for him, and he wanted us to know about it after he was gone. Not only that, but people also dug up this creepy episode of Jamie's 1996 show, The Jamie Foxx Show, in which he seemingly referenced being cloned. It's like he knew it would happen at some point in his career and wanted us to know beforehand. Hell, even Katt Williams suspected that this new Jamie was a clone too, and said it in front of thousands of people during his comedy set.
Hello, King's Tower.
Auntie,
Auntie, who is this?
this is Jamie.
Jamie. I'm standing right next to Jamie. Whoever this is, I don't have time for your games.
Who's that?
Somebody acting like he was you.
Tell you what, why don't I get this one and when I get through, you know, I'll make sure he don't call here no more.
Good.
Whoever it is.
Thank you.
All right?
All right, then I'll just go in the
All right,
office.
then. Yeah. Yo, who this? This is Jamie. Who's this? Jamie? No, this is the new Jamie, fool. And if you know what's good for you and your family, you'll stay away from here till I can plan my getaway.
Oh, Jamie Foxx, let me say that. I love Jamie Foxx. But his clone. His clone ain't shit. His clone kept on messing up. The clone showed up with a face full of freckles. We ain't never even seen Jamie Foxx with freckles. This clone is stupid as hell. The clone didn't even have a tattoo on the back of his head. I couldn't believe it. I watched the whole thing twice. I still don't know what had happened was.
Y'all mother said I was a clone? You mothers really thought I was a clone. Oh, Diddy got that. That's a clone. That ain't Jamie Foxx. Look at that, man. That ain't him.
I watched the Jamie Foxx special, and he kept referring to the fact he wasn't a clone too many times for me. And with all that happened after they cloned Tyrone dropped, I don't know, y'all. Everything is a conspiracy until it isn't. But of course, it didn't end with Jamie. Apparently, they attempted to do it to Kanye too, but he exposed them on social media before that ever happened. If y'all remember, back when Kanye was going through his episodes and exposing the industry, he received a lot of pushback from the industry. But while all that was going on, they were working overtime behind the scenes to get him hospitalized against his will so they could clone him, and allegedly, the real him. Kanye posted this threatening message he received from Harley Pasternak that said, "I'm going to help you in one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use curse words, and everything that is discussed is based on fact, and not some crazy stuff that a dumb friend of yours told you, or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you, and you go back to zombie land forever. Playdate with the kids just won't be the same." And notice how he said he would send Kanye to an institution again? That's because back in 2016, Kanye got arrested and thrown into a psychiatric hospital for evaluation without his consent. And guess where the arrest happened? Harley Pasternak's house. Just like they did to Jim. They could have easily put him in another facility again and cloned him, but since he exposed it, that would have been a terrible move, because everyone would have known what was up.
And as, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears too.
I mean, look at
They
what
would have Michael Jackson.
or worse, yeah.
So
Look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it now.
Yeah.
You can see there's not much of her left.
And then there is Blueface and Gucci Mane. Now, with these two, it's unclear what exactly they were cloned for, because they weren't necessarily exposing the industry like everyone else I just told y'all about. But word on the street is they were cloned purely for experimental reasons. Okay, the allegations about Blueface being cloned started the very minute he came out. For example, he had gained a crazy amount of weight and had multiple random tattoos on his face, like the logos for Telegram, Walgreens, Major League Football, Saint Laurent, Washington Nationals, and Chase logos. You cannot make this up. He is now a walking billboard for these brands.
I just put two bitches in it, but I just put they boneless. That's where I come in. Yeah. That's where I come in. Yeah. But, yeah, come on. I just put two bitches home, now they homeless. That's where I come in. Yeah. That's where I'm. Come on. That's where I come in. Bitch.
Also, people brought up how similar Blueface's supposed cloning is to what went down with Gucci Mane. When Gucci Mane got out of prison, he wasn't the same Gucci Mane that went in. And to this day, people are convinced that the Gucci we have now is a clone, and that his wife Keisha is getting paid to keep his clone in check. Before prison, Gucci was known for having a rounded, lean belly. But when he came out of prison, he was 50 pounds lighter with a six-pack. Some people even pointed out his ice cream cone face tattoo looking way less visible after his release. The rumors got stronger when rapper Hopsin posted a video on Instagram, confessing to being Gucci's clone. He made this video right when people were accusing him of being Gucci's replacement.
Personally playing for about 8 years now. It started around when around Illmind 5 when that came out. Because the song was so big, and they told me I had to kind of sacrifice something. They said you're gonna have to pay it back because you just put this information out there, and this is gonna put people in the wrong mindset of what we're trying to do in society. So they told me that if I don't do these list of things, then they're going to hurt my family. It was like an all white room, and they opened one of the doors, and it had a Gucci suit. A Gucci bodysuit. And I said, oh no, please don't tell me that is what it is. They said, yeah.
Gucci actually ended up addressing the clone allegations, and this is what he had to say. In a way, I feel like I grew. I kind of morphed into a different person. Shedding some of my old ways, I can say I grew up. I love the person I was. I love the person I am. And I love the person I grew to be. I tried to lose weight. I tried to take care of myself, change my thinking, my environment, and the ones that weren't benefiting me. Guess that's the transformation everybody's saying they can't believe, but I can believe it. And this lines up with what Gucci's ex-girlfriend Mac Breezy said a while back. Mac straight up said that she knows for sure that Gucci died in prison and got cloned while he was locked up.
Cause girl, you don't even know the real Gucci. Y'all think y'all know the real Gucci. Y'all don't know the real Gucci. That nigga parading around out here, that ain't the real Gucci, man. That's not him. I don't know where the Gucci is, honestly. Like, last time I seen Gucci was at Patchwork Studio in 2010. Cole was there. Was Mojo there? Yeah, I think Mojo, Cold-Blooded. Like, that's the last time I saw Gucci in the flesh, but even... Free Gucci. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Free Gucci. You thinking what I'm thinking? Man, some ain't right. Gucci, is you in there? It's so blank, right? Is that your handler or your wife?
If these cloning allegations are true, then we really need to do a double take on every celebrity, y'all. Hell, we might even want to check on Nicki Minaj while we're at it, because she has been acting like a whole different person these past few weeks. In the meantime, people had their thoughts like this person who said, "You cannot replicate the soul." Another person said, "That's not Jim Carrey. Nothing about this person looks remotely like Jim, and he's too docile. This is suspect." But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Katt Williams exposing all the cloned celebrities? And do you really think Jim Carrey has been cloned